Tech stocks outperforming today as investors prepare for Nvidia's critical earnings report tomorrow. Let's bring in Nvidia shareholder Doug Clinton, founder and CEO of Intelligent Alpha, here at Post 9. Doug, good to see you.
See you, Mike.
So it's interesting. There's always this sort of underlying confidence in the overall story with Nvidia. We know what supply demand is. We know they're, the only game for a certain part of this market. On the other hand, there's all these sort of doubts that filter in, whether it's about the pacing of the rollout in the next generation, the overheating stuff, whether in fact, return on investment is happening. How does that all come together into tomorrow?
I think tomorrow it's almost like deja vu. I mean, to your point, right, last quarter, the issue was Blackwell. Were we going to get a delay? We did get a delay. It was about a quarter. And if you look at what Nvidia stock did after that, it was kind of well rumored, but still the stock sold off 10+%. It was a pretty decent sell-off.
Yeah.
And so I think going into this quarter, the big topic is going to be this Blackwell issue with overheating. I don't think this issue is nearly as serious. So just to kind of put the two in context, the first issue is really about delaying the entire rollout of this product line. The overheating issue is a little bit more limited. So this is about a specific product, the GB200. It's their top of the line server product. Meta, Microsoft, these are the customers of that product. Even if that gets pushed a month, a quarter, I don't know that that's going to be that big of a deal for this particular report, but it could be something we hear more about into next year.
And then you keep hearing that investors really crave some kind of visibility toward even after next year. I mean, in other words, how much life is behind these demand trends? And into that comes this debate about whether, in fact, things have slowed down in terms of improvement of all these AI models, and what does that mean for the investment pace?
I think that's going to be topic B tomorrow. And I expect Jensen will get a question about the AI scaling laws.
Yes.
Right. And so the scaling laws, just to give the quick 101, is over the last few years, what we've seen in AI model development is the more data that you put into these models, the more compute you use to train the models, the better the models get. Very predictable. And what we've seen in reports more recently from OpenAI, from Google, is that the most recent models that they've trained haven't quite been as good as they expected based on the scaling laws. And it's kind of been a hot topic of debate in Silicon Valley. Even Sam Altman tweeted about it just last week. He said there is no wall.
Right,
so maybe it's not an issue. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I think Jensen really does need to address that question, because that's the 18 to 24 month picture. Do we get to a point where these companies need to spend on something other than just compute?
How is that coloring your view on just the broader kind of opportunity set within tech for companies that have some leverage to this trend? I mean, I'm even thinking about Microsoft. Stock has really been dead money for a while. We did have Satya Nadella on earlier saying some pretty optimistic things about uptake of Copilot and things like that. But what are the implications, I guess, of this debate about scaling?
So at Intelligent Alpha, we use AI to make investment decisions. We're obviously fully bought into this AI trend. What I would say is two things. Meta, Microsoft, I think they're still both stocks that are in a good position to benefit in the near term from AI. Customers are actually using it, right? Meta's using it to drive engagement, better ads. Microsoft is selling OpenAI to its cloud customers. But I think if you expand out, longer term view, 2 to 4 years, we still feel very confident we're going to be in an AI bull market. It doesn't mean there won't be pullbacks here and there, but I think we've got a long way to go, because companies are really just starting to adopt AI, and we'll start to see those revenues over the next year and after that.
And then, of course, you have the policy and regulatory side. You don't really know who exactly all the personnel are going to be, or what the priorities are going to be. Does it scramble the picture at all for you in terms of whether tech is going to have more or less leeway?
A little bit, and I think anytime you have an administration change, that does beg more questions, because we don't really know. But I think the net of it is this change, it can't be much worse than the regime we just had in terms of scrutiny on big tech. And I think if you kind of read between the lines of what the current administration, or the new administration rather, has said about big tech, I think they're balanced in the reality between making these markets more competitive, but also that we are in a race with other countries to develop AI. We don't necessarily want to weaken our best companies, which are our best chance to win that race.
Yeah, I mean, if most of the priorities are about, like, hey, loosen up the content moderation function, I mean, it doesn't seem like that's really existential for anybody. But we do have the Alphabet news today about the idea that the government might look to separate out Chrome. How does that impact your thinking about that name, if at all?
My guess is if there was a betting market, if we go to Kalshi, right, or Polymarket, everybody's betting on things now. I would have to think that the odds are that it's not going to happen versus it would happen. So the smart money is still, it probably won't happen. Even if it does happen, I mean, we've done some math on this in the past. If you look at breaking up some of these components that are stuck in big tech, you might even get a little bit of a value unlock in the near to medium term. And so for Alphabet, splitting out Chrome, I don't know that it's going to be that big of an issue, and I wouldn't expect it to be something to really weigh in the stock in the near term.
Yeah.